4 beginner tips for Adobe Stock contributors. This video is specifically designed for anybody who's a beginner, who's just getting started. However, these tips are going to be triggering. I'm going to keep it real. People who've been uploading for a while, they're probably going to see this video and they're going to get pissed off. I, first of all, have no intention to piss people off, but you guys know me. I do my stuff a little bit different. I experience the business head on in first person. I see the problems. I see the points where I could exploit and make more money. In every business, there's opportunities. Adobe stock photography, uploading images to websites and making money definitely has some points. I'm going to be mentioning them. These are going to be great for beginners to get into because if you can exploit these points in the beginning, then you can have a pathway where you make more and more money down the road. With that being said, I also had a lot of questions, concerns, right? Statements that have been mentioned in my videos that people want me to bring attention to. Guys, the more videos like this I put out, the more I become very clear as to how I generate money on Adobe Stock. Because what happens is people watch a clip or a small video or even a piece of a video, and then they think they kind of understand how I upload consistently or how I run my business on Adobe Stock. So videos like this make things a little bit more clear. It gets the assumptions out of the way, and really it's just more accurate and efficient for you guys to listen to. I will say some of these, like I said, some of these tips here are triggering to people, especially for people who have been uploading consistently. So I don't give typical advice. These tips will trigger some people, will piss people off. It's not my goal to piss people off, but it will. With that being said, the last tip is probably going to be the worst of the one out of the group. It's going to piss people off the most. My goal, once again, not to piss people off, but just to share my opinion on things and how I've been generating money on Adobe Stock. With that being said, let's get into the first tip. The first tip, number one, quality should not be an issue or a concern. Whether you're using any, and let's be clear, guys, I'm using AI to generate my images. I'm not putting out hard work. I'm not going out there and taking pictures, okay? I'm not spending money on trips and diesel fuel to try to get to a location, take pictures of things. I'm not learning about cameras and how to shoot photos. Although I do have cameras, but I want to do that on my own time. I don't want to have to run a business on that. I like to do Adobe Stock as profitably as can be. And how was that done? Through AI. Creating images through AI. So AI is very, very good if you understand how to use it. And sometimes it's not complicated. Sometimes less is more, if that makes sense. Whether you're using Adobe Stock, Midjourney, or any other type of AI, let me get something clear. Most free AI tools that a lot of people use, and I'm just going to keep it real for everybody who's listening, and even for the first worlders, people who live in India and Pakistan, Philippines, things like that, they upload to Adobe Stock and other kind of stock portfolio websites, but they're using these free AI tools. They're trying to skimp their way through. They really can't have the discretionary funds to spend on these kind of things, and they're getting super high rejection rates. I get comments all the time in my comments of people saying, why is my rejection rate so high? Why is 90% of the images that I'm publishing getting rejected? Guys, for me, less than 5% of the images that I'm uploading most of the time is getting rejected. Less than 5%, okay? So quality should not be an issue. The reason why quality is an issue for some people is because they're just skimping. They're not using the right softwares. They're not using good softwares that they're investing in. They're probably using some low-quality free tool or $2 tool that's really not going to do anything good for them. They're producing a ton of images. They think they're going to get somewhere. They're uploading images, and it's trash, respectfully saying. So quality should not be an issue or a concern. If you're a person who's committed to uploading to stock photography sites, then you're going to have to be committed to make an investment in a good image generator tool. The next thing you're going to have to be committed to is investing some time and effort into testing what prompts work for you and what prompts look good, okay? Something that I had to learn was how to test different prompts, how to see what images can these AI tools generate. I'll just keep it real. Midjourney and Leonardo AI, they're both phenomenal tools. In fact, I would say they're both on the same level. However, Leonardo has some capabilities over Midjourney, and Midjourney has some capabilities over Leonardo AI. I'll give you guys a quick example. When I was recording the course, for people who aren't familiar, superstockai.com/course, I'll just whip it out right here. When I was recording this course, I was doing a live demonstration showing exactly what I'm talking about, how one software is more capable than the other. On Leonardo AI, I was trying to create a photo of a peach. You guys know the peach fruit, right? Peaches. The AI just couldn't do it well. I tested different models, I tested different things, and once again, this was back when I was recording for the course, so it's not like things are the same now, but back then when I was recording for the course, and I haven't tested peaches since, but when I was recording for the course, Leonardo AI just couldn't do it. No matter what model, no matter what I was testing, it just couldn't do it. However, on Midjourney, it could do it with ease. So the point is there are certain things that different tools are better at creating, from graphic standpoints, from design standpoints, even from orientation standpoints. So you want to test. You want to become a mad scientist, testing different tools. I wouldn't even be against you getting a subscription to a multitude of different tools in the same period and just testing different prompts, different things. Understand that the more you learn in this business, the more you will earn over time, right? Is you got to acquire the knowledge of it, okay? You got to look at it this way as well. We're spending a fraction as AI contributors as opposed to the people out there who are doing everything manually. They're going out there with their cameras, taking pictures. They're spending money to go to certain locations. They're trying to get models. They're trying to, shoot the perfect shot. These things cost money. For us, it costs a fraction of the money. Just a photographer's camera could cost thousands of dollars alone, and that's not an exaggeration. That's aside from the skill and the quality that you have to have as an individual, or not the quality, but the skill you have to have as an individual to be able to operate an item of quality, right? $4,000 camera, $5,000 camera, even a $2,000 camera, you got to know what you're doing. So these investments that we're making is pennies compared to the actual photographers. Whenever you get, struggling mentally and you say, oh my God, these softwares cost so much money, you think of it like a business, right? You're going to deduct the cost of these, I guess you could say, softwares and tools at the end of the year anyway. So you got to look at it from a positive point of view. One thing, guys, is I risk my accounts because I am an explorer. Let me explain what that means. A lot of the times, guys, when I bring these videos or courses to you, I have to stress test pretty much everything out there. I have to make the mistakes that other people are making or not making. I have to figure out what works and what doesn't. And more importantly, I have to figure out where are the possible issues that things can come into play. For example, I was talking to somebody today through email. I was kind of helping them install some tools or a tool, and he was telling me about he's using a free VPN. I told him don't do that. That could cause a potential to get your account banned. He said, why? And I told him, well, when you use a free VPN, there's a lot of other people that use these free VPNs as well. And a VPN is nothing more than a server host. When you use a server that many other people are using, it could be a chance that individuals on that server are using it to spam other websites, other things like that. And the truth is when you search for something on the internet, or not the internet, but the website that you're on knows what your IP address is. They know your location. They know all the different statistics and data based on the machine that you're using. And what happens is in these servers, there are people that come up as flagged identities, and there are these auto ban systems within these websites, especially large platforms and even small ones too. But there are these systems that detect where you are, detect your identity, link it to your account, and ban you. So let me explain. There are things that I have been through this process because I create courses, because I create these videos. I'm essentially forced to, once again, stress test. And that's what I call being an explorer. I'm trying to figure everything out at the highest level. Now, the reason why I mention this as a tip is what I'm really trying to say is don't do something unless I specifically say do it on my YouTube channel. So for example, I have multiple accounts on Adobe Stock. Do I recommend that my viewers have multiple accounts? No, I don't. I know at any moment I don't have rights over Adobe.com. It's not like I own it. So I'm essentially breaking the rules effectively, right? I am not going to sit there and expect for nothing to happen if I'm breaking the rules. It potentially can happen. But once again, I am a person who's always testing things, always learning, and I'm always finding different ways around things. So if I am creating multiple accounts, and there are specific elements in time when you can create multiple accounts on Adobe, so I'm not going to try to act like you can't. There's specific moments, like I said, where you're allowed to and you're encouraged by Adobe. However, that's not the point. The point is if there's something that is banned or not right that I'm testing or I'm doing it for a purpose, and I'm not necessarily recommending people to do it. I might mention it in my videos, but I'm not necessarily recommending it. I got comments before in the past where people say, how do you create multiple accounts? What do I have to watch out for? Do I have to watch out for my IP address? Do I have to watch out for my email? Do I have to watch out for my tax information? Look, when I create these accounts, or when I do things, once again, that are, let's say, black hat, if you will, that are not the most positively looked upon thing, I'm doing it because I'm learning, I'm stress testing, and I come back with information to you guys on what's right and what's wrong, being from a tested point of view. Okay, before I ever talk about something on my YouTube channel, I'm testing things. So when you listen to me speak, and this is another tip, when you guys watch all my videos, unless I say do something, pay attention to if I'm speaking positively or neutral about something. If I'm speaking positively about something, like, hey, I'm using this software, it's doing great, then that's like a good way of saying, okay, do it yourself. But if I'm saying, oh, I have this, or I'm doing this, and it doesn't seem positive, it seems neutral, right? Or it seems even negative, then pay attention to that. You might not want to do it. I'll never encourage people to necessarily break the rules. I might tell you guys, hey, I'm doing this, and there's a specific purpose behind it, but I'll never tell you to do it yourself. In fact, when people ask me online, hey, how do I create multiple accounts? The first thing I tell them is, firstly, I'll never give you information or encouragement on how to break the rules. That's the first thing. The second thing I'll say is understand that if you do it, it comes with a risk. And the third thing I'll say is that, whatever advice that they want. So if they say, how do I do it? I'll tell them XYZ, right? Things like that. But do I recommend it? No, I want to be clear about that. So that's another tip. All right, let's go to number 3, VPN usage for internal tools. So let me be clear. There are certain tools that we use for stock photography sites. One of them being the AI agent tool, another one being the title automator. I've had messages recently, and once again, I was helping somebody out today through email, and yesterday I was helping someone else out, and so on and so forth. And by the way, guys, if you need help using a tool, guys, I recommended these tools to you. Message me, email me, ask me how to do it. I will take the time to absolutely help you. You just email me, I don't know how to install it, or tool help, something in the subject that's quick and snappy. Don't give me like 5 paragraphs, something quick. Hey, I don't know how to install this, or hey, I'm having issues, please help, something like that. Tell me what tool it is, I'll help you. I'll get you set up. Trust me, I'll help you. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that when you live overseas, when you're not in the United States, depending on what software tool, you're gonna have issues. Now, if you go on my YouTube channel, right, and that's not to say that the issues can't be fixed, by the way, they're easily fixable, but if you go on my YouTube channel, right, let's go ahead and check it out. Autopilot Passive Income, let's go here, and let's click around here.
Hey guys.
These various different videos, I'm not going to point out which ones because we could be here till tomorrow, but these various videos, depending on which one it is, there are certain tools I'll recommend and I'll certain use. If the tool is interacting with, like, for example, adobestock.com, there's a good chance that if you're from like a foreign country, you're going to need to fix that, right, in order to use a tool. So let me explain what I mean. There was somebody I was dealing with today that I believe was from Germany, and his Adobe Stock website was in German. Now, he was using the fast title tool, which is this tool right here. The video of this was posted 5 months ago, this video, where I showed people how to use it, and I'll actually play the video in the background so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll kind of enlarge the screen as this is going, but you can see here, this is the page for the tool, and I have a little video on how to install the tool, and then finally, when you install the tool, you should, and I showed how to get an API key as well. When you install the tool, you'll see like a little button right here, and once you click on the button, it will automatically add titles to your images, right? So that you don't have to sit there spending hours titling these images. Now, he was from Germany, And with Germany, the software tool is not going to know how to interact with a website that's German. It's built in an English language, right? The software tool. So I was essentially showing him how to convert his website into a English website as opposed to a German. And it's not as simple as just hitting a translation. And I'll just say this right here for everybody watching. What you have to do is you're going to have to get a VPN to make your computer think you're in the United States. You're going to open an incognito tab, right? And when you go to Adobe, it should say contributor.stock.adobe.com/en. This goes for anybody who's in Canada, in Italy, in any country that's not the United States. You want to have that domain name there so you can use these tools effectively, right? If there's ever a reason that you get any of the tools that I recommend in my videos and for some reason it's not working for you, it's because of that. The language has to change. So you get a VPN, right? You clear your cache, you clear whatever. Either you get a whole different browser, or you open an incognito tab, right? And that's when you kind of log in using the tool, etc. And so let me be clear on this as well, is that this is my whole point of why I'm saying VPN usage for internal tools. If it's the title tool, if it's the AI agent tool, any of these kind of tools are going to be tools that interact directly with Adobe Stock. You're going to need to have a VPN on that. Speaking of tools, we have this tool, the Stock Scanner tool and Tagger tool. This tool, which by the way, I highly recommend for beginners, if you can't afford the AI agent tool that tags and titles automatically for you, goes from image to image to image to image, this is the next best thing. Okay, I was talking to somebody else about this. This tool right here, all you have to do is take the image, right? Take a small screenshot, so it's a small image, hit Analyze Image, and it will give you keywords, right? So, for example, if I just take a picture of this lion real quick, right? And I don't want to distract myself from what I'm talking about, but let me just drag it and drop it here instead of like doing the whole thing. Hit Analyze. In a few seconds, if I hit Analyze properly, because sometimes I don't click, but if I hit Analyze, in a few seconds, it will give me a bunch of keywords. Some long tail, some short tail, depending on the image, depending on the detail. So, like, for example, we have blue line illustration. That's, like, kind of a longer tail keyword as opposed to, like, lion, blue, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is that this keyword tool, right, does not interact directly with Adobe Stock. You can use this for any website. You can use it for Vecteezy. If you're a photographer that actually goes out there in the real world and takes pictures, you can use this for Dreams Time. You can use this for Shutterstock. You can use this for Adobe Stock. You can use it for anything, right? So it does not directly interact with Adobe Stock. Literally, you could do anything with it. So in this case, you don't need a VPN. But if it directly interacts with Adobe Stock, you will need a VPN, and it has to be a US location, right? For you to essentially make your computer think you're in the United States, and therefore the website domain will change. Now that we got that through, okay, I'm going to give you guys the fourth tip. And I should probably add like a fifth tip here. Fifth tip should be save money on tools if you don't need it. Beginners probably, some of them, depending on how much output they want to do, don't need the AI agent tool. Like I said, the AI agent tool is $50 a month. You can get a discount if you're a member in the course. I already spoke on how to get this, but if you're a member in the course, go to the software section where we have all the different coupon codes. Scroll down. We have the AI agent coupon code. You'll get 25% off every single month. It's not a one-time thing. It's every single month. The discount automatically comes off, but 25% off that. But that's the AI agent tool. If you can't afford that, and if you're a beginner and you know your output is not going to be that high in the beginning, you can use this tool for tagging. The other tool for titling, you're saving some money, and it's a great place to start. In fact, if there was only one tool I could buy as a beginner, and I can't spend, more than like $20, this would be the tool to go with. Very, very simply, because it tags, which is probably the longest thing that would, that takes the most time, but it gets the job done. Now, tip number 4 or 5, depending on how you want to count this, the last tip is I do not spend too much time on Adobe Stock. I mentioned this in one of my past videos, and, everybody kind of went crazy on this. People were like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. In fact, some people actually liked that. They thought I was pretty funny for saying that. So I have this little hold up meme. When you tell people that, when you're running a business and you tell people, yeah, but I don't spend too much time on it, they're going to think one of two things. Either you're lying or they're going to think you're a failure. I mean, what else is there for them to think, right? Logically. But here's the thing. Let me explain. If I'm sitting here, and maybe I didn't explain myself last time, so I have to explain myself a little bit better. If I'm sitting here doing everything manually, going out there and taking photos, going out there and tagging these photos, titling these photos. If I need to, alter the colors of these photos, I'll do it. If I have to sit there and do all of this manually, I'm wasting time. In reality, if you want to make money as fast as possible in this business, everything should be automated, which is exactly why I say I don't spend too much time on this. Because realistically, how long does it really take to put a prompt list together, feed it into either the Leonardo AI automator or the Midjourney automator, right? And have it create, let's just say, 400 images. How long does that realistically take? Honestly, it takes about a few clicks. I mean, no more than like 10, 20 clicks. And those clicks take under a minute to do. Realistically, and I'm speaking realistically here, right? You test your little prompts, you figure out what kind of style you like, your niche, you feed that to GPT, you get your prompt list, you feed the prompt list to the tool. Next thing you know, you have image after image after image being created. Now you have 400 images. How long did that take? It didn't take any effort. It didn't take any time. Realistically, I mean, we spend more time drinking water than we do doing this kind of thing in a day. So it doesn't take too much time. I don't like to spend wasted time. There's no merit. I don't get brownie points. I don't get extra points for spending an extra 10 hours on this business. It's not going to change the output, right? I could sit there and manually tag and it will take forever, or I could just click one button and have 100 images tagged, just like what you saw in that video. Right? Like, let me pull it up here. I have here on Akif Kaya. How do I spell? I don't even know how to spell his name. Akif Kaya. There we go. The AI agent tool right here. 2 videos. This video and this video. Where was it? Did I even upload the video? I didn't send it to him. It is what it is. I'll send it to him today. But the tool. There was another video where I actually showed the tool, which is right here. I have to go to my actual channel. Let me whip it out real quick. Where is it here? Is this it? I don't even know. Hold on, guys. Hold up. All right. So this right here, let's go to the YouTube channel. This video and this one, where I actually show how to use the tool, you guys saw me tag 100 photos. 100 photos and title with 1 or 2 clicks. How much time does that take? It doesn't take anything. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Autopilot passive income. Let's go here. Let's pull out the video. I believe the video is right here. AI agent. How to run, install, and use the Adobe Stock AI agent. Right here, all I did was click, start. Of course, the tutorial is obviously more than a minute. It's a 20-minute video because I'm showing every aspect of it. But for me, realistically, to tag and title 100 images, it takes what? A click? 2 clicks? Something like that. That's it. That's like 2 seconds of work. That's not even work, to be honest with you. So my point here is when I say I don't spend too much time, you can see why. I got this comment. Somebody commented, and the person, I don't know if it's a he or she, but they're subscribed to my channel. I want to give them a little attention here. Because we do disagree on something. I think this was the video. Let me see if the comment is here. YouTube always makes comments disappear, so don't blame me, guys. But this is the comment, right? From Benjamin. It says, a robot could upload hundreds of content, but we as a human are filters. The ones that are making money in stock are the ones that have very good filter on this, and they are not uploading a lot of content. First of all, that's not true. If you go to the top earners on Adobe Stock who are generating 10,000 downloads a month, who have over 400,000 downloads, who have over 50,000 downloads, right, in total, you go to people like this, right, who are generating over 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 downloads. These type, and I'm talking about per month. I wasn't talking about total. Total, over 1 million downloads, 500,000, etc. You go to those accounts, those people have portfolios of hundreds of thousands of images. So this is completely not true. When you say, and they're not uploading a lot of content, that is not true. Are you trying to fool people like that are listening, or what? Like in the comments, that's only a distraction. This is not true, right? The stats do not lie. Anybody who has a huge portfolio, we're talking about over, hundreds of thousands of images. These people are not just, they're not low income earners on this platform. They're the highest of the high on this platform. So you have to upload a lot to make more money. That's just the fact of it. The more you want to make, the more you have to upload. Now, there's a ratio because everybody's ratio is a little bit different. There are some people who will upload 1,000 images, right? And in the course of, let's just say, 5 months from those 1,000, if they never did anything else, will make $100. There's some people will make $20. There's some people who make $5. There's some people who make $450. What's the difference between all of them? Their ratio. That comes into the play of partially quality, right? Because of how the image looks. Skill is partial because not everybody is using the AI tools, right? So skill is part of it. But also niche and demand. That's a huge aspect that we don't even think of as well. So people have different results for different reasons. I just mentioned 5 different reasons. From niche to demand to quality to skill to tools. Those are 5 different reasons why people have different results. However, you can't say that they're not uploading a lot of content. They're uploading tons of content. In fact, they probably have employees that are also uploading tons of content all to the same account. They have media teams, straight up media teams paying salaries to do this. So definitely not. I completely disagree with that. The ones that are making money in stock photography have a very good filter. I mean, we can argue on that because at the end of the day, you don't know for most people, especially if you're under 50,000 uploads, you don't know what's going to make money for sure as a guarantee. If somebody put a gun to your head and said, will this photo make money that you're uploading, you don't know for sure. You're just uploading images you think that they'll work, but there's no guarantee. So this filter idea is like, okay, how good of a filter can I really get? Me personally, all I'm filtering for is quality and efficiency. And it's been working out fine for me. This is not a rocket science type of business. This is super simple. I use automation tools. I have images created, and those images are being tagged and titled by AI. I might go over it just one last time, just look, make sure nothing is going crazy with the keywords or no errors like that. Make sure everything is tagged as AI generated. If the photos are illustrations, they're mentioned as illustrations. If they're photos, and just select them all and publish them. Very simple. I don't complicate this business. To me, a comment like that seems very, very like a point of view as if this thing is complicated. This is not a complicated business. Trust me. If I'm going to use my brain power, I'm going to use it for businesses that are much harder. I'm going to let AI lift the weight off of my shoulders on this business. And once again, in terms of cost, this tool is the most expensive tool that I have seen. $50 a month, right? It titles and tags for you automatically. Is it worth it? Absolutely, because you can do literally, with no exaggeration, thousands of images a day. However, and actually you could probably do more than thousands a day. However, okay, if you're a beginner, because this video is for beginners, maybe you don't have the budget to create thousands of images a day just yet. Okay, because you're going to have to pay a lot for image generation tools. If you don't have that kind of budget, start with something smaller like the stock scanner tool. I'll leave all these links in the description. Stock scanner tool, if you're not going to do thousands or whatever, you can take the time, take some screenshots, put them in here, get the tags, copy and paste the tags. That's easier. If you're in the hundreds, you're producing hundreds of images a day, you're not ready for thousands, that's okay. You can do this. Make use of it. Okay? And to be honest, most people who are beginners are not even committed to making hundreds of images a day. They're doing like 20, 30, 40, 50 images a day. So a tool like this would be perfect for them in that case. It's low budget, doesn't cost a lot of money. It's very easy to use. You're just copying and pasting things. Now, of course, will you spend a little more time than I will if I'm using this tool? The answer is yes, because all I have to do is 2 clicks, and this thing, or 1 click technically for start and stop, 1 click And this thing does everything for me, from titling to tagging, and it goes from image to image to image to image to image, right? Versus you're going to have to, tag each one and copy and paste each one with the tags, but still, it's still easier than sitting there and manually typing up keywords. So yeah, there's levels to this, of course, but these are my 4 tips for beginners. Once again, no holds barred here. I said it in the beginning of the video. This video is going to trigger people. I'm not here to get people pissed off or get people mad. I definitely understand how the people who've been uploading to Adobe Stock for 5, 10 plus years, how pissed they can be at me for saying stuff like this. Because you got to remember, these are the guys and gals out there who've been going out there, shooting photos in the hot sun. They're experts at photography, but they're just not making enough. So where are they going to go? They're going to take their talents to Adobe Stock, right? It's not like they're getting, I mean, some of them might be getting hired for gigs and stuff, but even then, they got to make money some other way. They got to fill up their time with something. So they're out there doing the hard work. And then a guy like me comes around who's only been in the business for a couple of years, says, hey, I don't like to spend too much time on this, and I'm producing thousands of images. They're going to look at me like an arrogant you-know-what. So I get it. It triggers people. But I'm just sharing my point of view, the whole AI thing. And once again, I'm sorry, guys, if I triggered somebody. My goal is not to trigger. I want to create peace, not issues here. But this is just my point of view, okay? This is how I see things. And to be honest, it works. It just works. I mean, there's really no competing against it or saying that it doesn't work. It works really well. So, hey, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm working on more of these videos, and I'm trying to crank them out, all right? Talk to you soon. Peace out. Bye.